the heart of Skopje, a sculpture is about to be unveiled, symbolizing change mixed with talent and sustainability.
This event in particular, it's important because we need to make sure that the population, both of North Macedonia and Serbia, is aware of the potential of renewable energy and how much renewable energy can have an impact in their life. So bringing renewable energy through art is actually a very nice way to do so and make people aware.
Local artist Aleksandar Eftimovski has crafted a 2-meter-tall sculpture from recycled material, topped with a wind turbine harnessing the wind's power to generate electricity. Eftimovski said his creation serves not only as a beacon of innovation, but also as a call to action.
Скулптура која би доближила нешто на гледачот, што би му доближила и би му пообјаснила на некаков различен начин, значи преку уметност, некаква форма која би на некој начин символизирала или ветер или сонце. Одлучив да направам да истражам малце повеќе за материјалите, за реупотребата, за искористување на ресурсите и дојдов до идеја да направам една цилиндрична форма, висока, со големи димензии, каде што на врвот нејзин ќе ставам ветерница која секако ќе произведува енергија и која исто така може понатака да се искористи од типот на приклучоци кои потоа ќе може да служат како полначи за некои уреди.
Visitors, both local and foreigner, were captivated by the sculpture's message of sustainability and were interested to learn more about renewable energy.
And I think it helps local residents. Hopefully we're able to build things like this in a variety of different locations where it can give back to the economy. People are able to benefit from the fact that they can sell on energy to maybe companies, maybe other nations that are in need. And I think it's a win-win situation. You gain money and you also help the environment and protect the environment that each and every single one of us should protect.
Yep, it works.
It's better all around. Like you're saving the nature and you're basically providing a better view instead of having dark clouds, pollution, and just being all gloom and moody. It affects the mood. When you're seeing sun, nature, just clean air, it's better for you as a person in general.
Yep, it works.
It works?
Yeah.
Despite recent efforts by North Macedonia, the Balkan country still remains heavily reliant on coal to produce the electricity it consumes. Data from 2023 shows that around 54% of electricity is produced from coal power plants, less than 2% from wind, and only 1.3% is from photovoltaic power plants. The rest is from hydro and fossil gas. In a recent report, Khan Europe has recommended that North Macedonia improve good governance in the energy sector, create conditions conducive to development of renewable projects, and ensure participation of local communities in larger renewable energy projects, especially when they are built in sensitive locations.
Everyone has a very positive reaction, so they are interested. They are all understanding that, hey, this is renewable, this is environmentally friendly, we need it because we're a polluted country, it's positive. What are you? You're an NGO, so what are you working on? So that is good. They also are interested in the artistic piece. Obviously they want to know who did it, why does it look like this. What is very interesting for them as well, and a bit of a conundrum, is how can I charge my phone now when there is no wind? I cannot see the turbine spinning at the moment, which is also very good for them to learn how energy can be accumulated. But they all are saying that public awareness still needs to be raised among young, but also among the older generation.
As the country aims to fully abandon fossil fuels by 2050, the biggest problem now remains pollution. Nicola Zordan, an Italian living now in Skopje, experiences the pollution every day.
I know that it's one of the most polluted cities actually in Europe. Everyone knows the level of pollution, especially during the winter time, is unbearable. I used to move around by bike, and especially in winter, you can't breathe. It's incredible, the level of pollution. In some days, you can even see the pollution. How can you not like renewable energy?
The Skopje travels to Belgrade, actually to the heart of the city at Kalemegdan fortress.
Dobrodošli u Beogradu. We are in Belgrade. We came here for the second stage of the Renewables exhibition by Can Europe. So we are here in the beautiful Belgrade fortress, and we are having here the exhibition after Skopje of our sculpture. So the main point in here is to showcase also in Serbia how renewable energy can be a part of the everyday life of citizens of Serbia.
Based on 2021 data, Serbia's energy production was almost 62% from coal, less than 1% from wind, and 0.01% from solar. Biomass was 15.7%, hydro 9.5%, and the rest was from crude oil. Serbia's solar and wind power capacity is still low compared to other European countries. The gap between them is significant, with only 60 megawatts of solar power installed compared to the 398 megawatts of wind power. However, solar capacity grew from 12 megawatts to 60 megawatts in just 2 years, showing some progress.
What is happening is that we're trapped in the historical dependence of coal. We're not providing the proper administrative and economic framework in order for the transition to renewables to be sped up. We see that there is this also support to fossil fuels, which is again historic, that the governments are still supporting fossil fuels and see that as the safest option. However, this has to change, and there is awareness that it has to change. And even politically, we see with the declarations that the governments are making to reach carbon neutrality by 2050 that it is going to happen. It's just not happening fast enough because the policies and measures that are necessary are not implemented as they are planned.
In its report, Can Europe says that prosumers are not able to sell excess energy produced by PC panels, thus hindering new initiatives from households to be part of this transition. For a fair energy shift, everyone involved should gain something. While big companies profit from renewable energy, citizens should have easy ways to join in. Some worry that renewables are only seen as money-making, ignoring climate concerns.
The pollution here in Serbia is the worst I've ever seen. I've been to the big major cities in America, I've been to other Balkan countries, but in winter, the pollution standing here at the top of Kalemegdan looking out over the city is horrendous. Just a thick layer of fog across the entire city, and it's pretty rough. A solution would be, and it's going to take many, many years, probably decades, to modernize the infrastructure here so people don't rely on burning wood to heat their houses all across the country.
I mean, it's affecting like health-wise. Every winter, it's just horrible just to breathe. You feel it, you see it. It's obvious how big it is because I think in the last few years we can actually see it, and now people, in a way, it's a good thing because people now believe that pollution exists. But yeah, I think in the last few months we're even thinking of like moving somewhere into the village, somewhere where it's less polluted because it's obviously, I mean, slowly killing us. It's a slow killer, so I don't want to see what comes up in few years.
Serbia and North Macedonia still heavily rely on coal and thermal power plants for electricity. It's crucial for them to tap into their renewable energy potential to ensure a strong, affordable and sustainable energy future for their people, as stated in the Can Europe report.
North Macedonia and Serbia need to step up and ramp up with their ambition towards a 100% resilient future.
It's good and it's positive that there is interest among people, citizens, also private sector, so there are investments. What is negative is that we're not really at the same pace with implementation of the policies that are in place. We're not fully aligning them, and there is no policy coherence. And obviously there is not enough investment in infrastructure and financial support.
North Macedonia's plans for renewable energy sound good on paper, aiming to reduce carbon emissions by boosting renewables. But in reality, the country hasn't seen a big rise in wind and solar power yet, despite growing interest in solar projects. In Serbia, progress on solar and wind projects has been slow, but new laws are now sparking change.